Zenara likes to say the past is not dead. According to her, it simply waits, patient and watchful for someone stubborn enough to face it without flinching. Tonight, that someone is me. She has only ever chosen two before me, Owen Varoth, Lord of the Shadowborn, and Oliver, his son. Men the world will one day speak of in hushed reverence. And now, somehow, I stand in that same place. I do not know whether Zenara chose me because I survived when I should not have, or because she sees something in me that I cannot yet see in myself. But I am here all the same. I did not enter this part of my life the way heroes do in stories, bright, fearless, chosen by destiny. I arrived broken. The first thing I remember is the stone beneath me, cold and unforgiving. Blood tasted like iron in my mouth, and my bones felt impossibly heavy, as though the world itself was pressing me down, insisting that I stay where I had fallen and never rise again. Every day after that was an experiment. They locked a metal collar around my throat, and the moment it clicked into place, it began feeding on me. Each pulse drained something magic, strength, time. They did not simply hurt me. They took from me carefully and deliberately. First, my power weakened. Then my body began to fail me. My fingers no longer curled when I willed them to. My legs stopped obeying commands. Breathing itself began to feel like work. They did this on purpose. Because if a body cannot move, it cannot resist. They destroyed my voice next. Not by accident, by design. They burned it away because a prisoner who screams is still fighting, and they preferred their victims quiet. When I tried to cry out, only broken sound came. Then nothing. Silence was forced upon me until even my pain was voiceless. I didn't stop speaking. I was made unable to. I didn't stop resisting. They turned my body into something incapable of resisting. They dismantled me the way one disassembles a machine, carefully, with patience and cruelty measured in equal parts, until the only thing left untouched was my mind. And that, somehow, they never managed to break. The rooms were always cold. There were no blankets, no comfort, no warmth, just metal, stone, and the ache of being forced awake when oblivion would have been kindness. So I clung to one thought with every part of myself that hadn't yet been stolen. I must survive. Even if I could no longer move. Even if I could no longer scream. Even if I became nothing more than something strapped to their table. They pinned my arms outward like I was not a living being at all. My legs were locked down, securing me like a weapon being crafted rather than a person being treated. Machines hovered above with quiet precision, their needles piercing my flesh again and again, until pain became a language I no longer needed explained. They reached my head. Then my hands. Fire burned through my throat whenever I tried to make a sound. Their voices never shook. Their hands never faltered. They were calm, confident, almost satisfied. Eventually, even fear learned to tremble more quietly inside me. But when the machine began another cycle and my chest tightened so violently, I thought my heart might burst. Something unexpected cut through the pain. I heard a voice. Not aloud. Inside my mind. A boy's voice, young, familiar, precious in a way I couldn't name. I didn't know his face. I couldn't remember his name. But every part of me knew he mattered. Something deep within me recognized what it felt like to be seen. With the last spark of strength inside me, with the final thread of magic I still controlled, I reached outward. My aura flickered, weak and flickering but still alive. I pushed beyond the room, beyond the pain, casting myself outward like a final desperate signal flare. I called to him, even without his name. I called. The machine screamed back to life. Pain seared through me again. Tears slid silently across my cheeks, unwanted but unstoppable, soaking into the cold metal beneath me. Then, screams. Not mine. Theirs. Their confidence shattered. Their calm broke. Panic filled the room. Something had gone wrong for them this time. I tried to lift my head, but my body still refused to answer. The chaos continued, until suddenly it didn't. Everything went silent. The machine powered down, and with nothing holding me upright, I collapsed. But I never hit the floor. Arms caught me. Warmth spread slowly through the emptiness inside me. Gentle, steady, not rough hands, not cruel. Someone held me as if I mattered, as if I were something fragile that deserved care rather than something to be broken. Someone said my name. A boy. I tried to respond. I couldn't. My soul began to loosen, slipping free from a body that no longer felt like it belonged to me. For a heartbeat, I almost welcomed it. Maybe death would finally let me sleep. Maybe never feeling anything again meant I would never hurt again. My body stayed frozen. My eyes refused to open. Then I felt it. A gentle touch against my lips. Soft. Careful. Air rushed into me as someone breathed for me. Then hands pressed against my chest, firm, desperate, counting each beat as if they could command my heart to listen. He was trying to keep me alive. My soul was already drifting, drawn toward something deep and dark and strangely peaceful. The underworld called to me, and for a moment I wanted to answer it. But then his voice cut through the shadows. He shouted a name I didn't know, mine, spoken like it mattered, like I mattered. Stay with me. His voice trembled. Why? Why would someone come for me? I had been nothing but a doll to them, a thing, a tool meant to be used and discarded. So why did I feel safe? Why did I feel relieved? I hovered at the edge of slipping away completely when the gentle touch returned. This time he pulled me closer, holding me upright against him. I could feel his heartbeat now, fast, frightened, alive, thudding against my chest. His hand trembled as he lifted mine, pressing it to his heart as if he needed me to feel it. Was he the one I called? I wanted to thank him. I wanted to tell him that even if this was my last moment, I was grateful. Grateful to be held like a person again. Grateful that someone cared enough to give me warmth. Grateful that someone had come for me. Someone who made me feel like more than a broken doll. Even if I couldn't speak. Even if I never woke. I wanted to thank him for trying. Then something surged through me, powerful and alive. It rushed through my veins, into my chest, into my heart. Something inside me unlocked, like a key turning in a rusted lock that had been sealed for too long. My heart lurched. I could breathe again. And I felt him. His worry. His fear. His desperate refusal to let me go. Warm. Steady. Real. Please open your eyes. I tried. I truly did. But my body still refused me. The world began tilting again, darkness creeping back in. Was this where I died? If so, at least I wasn't alone. Then I felt it again. His lips against mine. His arms tightening around me, as if he could anchor me here by will alone. Energy flowed into me, not in a violent surge, but in calm, steady waves. It didn't rush. It didn't overwhelm. It arrived softly, like breath returning to lungs that had forgotten how to breathe. It didn't hurt. It didn't take. It filled me. It filled the hollow places they had carved into me, mended what had been broken, pulled my soul back into the body they tried to strip away from me. Pure. Kind. It was a kiss, freely given, to someone he did not know was still worth saving. Why, I wondered dimly, why would he give life to something they turned into nothing? My body was weak. My mind was quieting. Cold faded into warmth. His breathing became the last thing I heard. The last thing I remembered. And then, there was nothing. When I opened my eyes again, the cold place was gone. Light welcomed me instead of pain. Warm, steady light. It glowed softly along the ceiling above me, flickering gently as if afraid to startle me. I breathed in slow, careful, and found no metal, no blood, no rot. The air smelled clean. Herbs. Fresh water. Firewood. For a long moment, I didn't move. I simply existed. I let the warmth around me press softly into my skin, like something trying to convince me that I could trust it. Then I realized I wasn't lying down. I was floating. A calm, luminous pool held me suspended, its magic humming in quiet, comforting waves. Gold shimmered faintly across my arms, drifting like dust under starlight. I tried to shift. Pain murmured through my body, slow and deep rather than sharp. I wasn't being hurt anymore, but my body remembered pain too well. Every muscle tensed at the thought of movement. Something felt wrong, incomplete, as though part of me had been taken away and only partly returned. I stayed still and breathed. Warmth continued to seep into me. The water hummed, like it was singing to my bones, telling me I wasn't going to break again. For a little while, I let it. But slowly, fear crept in anyway. What if this was another trick? What if this was only a prettier cage? My heart tightened. I tried to speak to ask where I was, but the moment I pushed air toward my throat, sharp pain wrapped around it. My voice cracked into something thin and broken. I coughed weakly, breath stuttering. Something moved above me. A woman leaned into view. Her face did not twist with disgust. She didn't flinch at my scars or recoil at my expression. Her eyes were calm, steady, kind. "Hello," she said gently, as if afraid her voice itself might hurt me. "My name is Mio. You're safe. You're with healers." Safe. The word felt fragile, like something that could shatter if I believed it too hard. Panic twitched beneath my ribs anyway. I tried again to speak. Nothing came, just the echo of pain. Mio pressed a warm hand to my cheek, her touch soft and grounding. "Easy," she whispered. "Don't force it, your throat is still healing. No one here will hurt you." Her reassurance didn't feel like a lie. Another woman came into view, older but carrying the same softness in her expression. "I'm Mary," she said quietly. "We'll take care of you, sweetheart, let us." They moved slowly, carefully, always watching my face as if making sure I was never afraid for more than a moment at a time. They lifted me from the pool like I was something fragile, something precious. Warm cloths dried me. Clean fabric wrapped around me, loose and soft. I was placed into a bed, warmed by a gentle fire. Nothing was cold here. Nothing hurt me here. "Rest," Mio murmured. "Lord Owen will come soon. He's been very worried." The name brushed against me like something I should know. Lord Owen. I blinked slowly. The letters meant nothing. The sound meant nothing. The space where recognition should have been was empty. Mio paused. Her expression softened differently this time, more careful, more worried. "Do you know that name?" she asked. I searched. For faces. Voices. Memories. There was nothing. Except, faintly, the echo of a boy's voice I couldn't fully catch. Mio's expression gentled further. "Oh, my dear," she whispered, heartbroken for me. "What have they done to you?" She hesitated for a moment. Then she gave me something firm to hold on to. "Your name is Seraphine," she said softly. "Seraphine Vailner." The name drifted into me slowly. It felt fragile, but warm, like something meant to stay if I held it gently enough. Seraphine. Yes, that could be me. "You're safe now," Mio promised. "You're not going back, rest." She and Mary slipped out quietly, leaving only the firelight and the soft hum of distant life. The room breathed warmth. Flowers scented the air. A blanket settled over me, heavy enough to remind me I still had weight. I closed my eyes and tried to believe I could sleep. But rest didn't come. Because Mio was wrong. In my dreams, I was still there. Shadows tore through my dreams, shapes without faces, hands without bodies. Screams layered over screams until I couldn't tell if they were memories or something still happening somewhere nearby. Cold seeped into me so deeply it felt endless, settling into my bones like it had always belonged there. I woke shaking. My body reacted before my mind understood anything. My muscles locked tight, breath tearing painfully in and out, fingers curling hard into the sheets. For one terrifying moment, I didn't know where I was. For one terrifying moment, I didn't know when they would take me again. Then I smelled the flowers. Soft, wild, green. The scent anchored me, dragging me back inch by inch. I clung to it desperately until the room stopped spinning. The ceiling stayed where it was. The walls did not close in. I was still here. For a while, that was enough. Days passed, or maybe weeks. Time blurred softly together. Mio and Mary helped me as best they could, their kindness something unfamiliar yet strangely comforting. They noticed little things. They saw how white clothing made me uneasy, too bright, too clean, too much like the lab, so they stopped wearing it, choosing warmer, darker colors instead. They tried to help me move. Sometimes my body listened. Sometimes it did not. Sometimes I felt like I was made of glass. Other times, like a lifeless doll. They saw it. They understood something was wrong. And they were right. Because the next thing that began to fail was my sight. At first, I barely noticed. Things blurred, edges softened. The room dimmed when it should not have. Nightmares never stopped. Sleep did not rest me. Mio noticed first. Dark rings formed beneath my eyes. My appetite faded. My strength slipped further each day. One morning, she placed me in a chair by the window and set a small potted plant before me. I could smell it clearly, the sharp green life of living leaves. But I didn't look at it. I couldn't. She waited a moment, then slowly lifted her hand and waved it in front of my face. My eyes didn't follow. They didn't focus. They didn't even blink. "Oh," Mio breathed. Just that one word, soft and breaking. Her voice trembled as she gathered me gently into her arms. She held me as if even touching me might hurt, yet as though she could shield me from everything if she simply tried hard enough. I leaned into her without thinking, my body recognizing comfort even when my mind struggled to remember how. Then she touched my forehead. "You're burning up," she whispered. "I need to call Owen." She settled me back into my chair carefully. She placed utensils in my hands. I could feel the weight of them but not trust them. She guided my fingers around the cup, positioned a plate in front of me. "Your tea is on your left," she said softly, "and water beside it. I'll be right back." The door closed. I was alone. I stared toward where the plate should have been. I could smell warmth. I could feel heat rise faintly from the dish, but it felt distant. Like something meant for someone else. I tried to lift my arm. It trembled violently. Pain surged through it, sharp and sudden, stealing breath from my lungs. I tried again, slower this time, but there simply wasn't enough strength left in me. Whatever they had done went deeper than bone. Even healing magic couldn't undo it all at once. My hand fell back into my lap. Silence stretched. I listened. Waited. Tried to be still. Tears slid down my face quietly, uninvited. Swallowing hurt. Eating hurt. Breathing hurt. Even existing hurt. I reached for water, just wanting something cool and real. My fingers slipped. The cup struck the floor with a sharp sound. I flinched. "Stupid," I whispered in my thoughts, though my lips could not form the word. "I can't even drink properly. What's wrong with me?" The tears came harder. I tried to stand, to do something, anything, but my body felt unbearably heavy. I begged myself to stop crying, to hold together, to not fall apart again. Footsteps echoed. More than one. Two. No, three. The door opened. Embarrassed, I wiped my face quickly and bent down, reaching for the fallen cup. A hand reached mine before I could touch it. Instinct surged. I jerked back, shoving the hand away, fear spiking through me with blinding force. "It's right here," a younger voice said gently. Warm, careful, gentle in a way that felt different from every touch I had ever known. "I'm sorry if I startled you, Seraphine. I didn't mean to." My heart eased just a little. My name sounded safe in his voice, as if it belonged to someone real, someone alive. I nodded once, then lowered my gaze again. Something strange washed through me, like I could feel him, not only hear him. His worry, his careful patience. his absolute determination to be gentle with me. Something soft brushed my fingers. Fabric. A cloth. I blinked slowly, confused. What was I supposed to do with this? My confusion must have shown because the boy gave a quiet, breath-soft laugh. "Please let me," he murmured. He took the cloth back. Before I had time to tense fully, he wiped my cheeks. I flinched at the first touch, instinct, habit, fear, but his hand stayed steady. Slow. Warm. Kind. And somehow, I leaned toward that warmth. Just a little. My hand lifted on its own. It brushed his. He froze. His breath changed, not frightened, not startled, just aware. Like something important had happened and he didn't know what to do with it. "Please," he whispered gently, voice settling again. "Let me help you. Let's get you off the ground and into a better chair." Footsteps approached. Mio's voice came softly from behind us. "You'll have to hold her, Oliver. She can't move on her own." "I know," he replied, even softer. Then I was lifted. Not like something inconvenient to be moved. Not like a burden. Not like a thing. He carried me like something precious. "You're so light," he breathed, the words meant for himself more than anyone else. "Too light." He settled me carefully into a softer chair. Someone merry, perhaps, tucked a blanket around me. Warmth wrapped around my body instead of cold metal. My chest eased. Breathing didn't hurt quite as much. Water poured nearby. The sound was steady. Unhurried. Soothing. A cup was placed in my hands. I tried to lift it myself, but my arm trembled so violently I nearly spilled it. His hands came around mine immediately. Not taking control. Just supporting. Holding. "I've got you," he murmured, slowly now. The cup reached my lips. I drank. Cool, clean water slid down my throat, soothing the raw burn. For the first time in what felt like forever, something inside me loosened. Then I coughed. The cup vanished instantly from my hands. "Are you all right?" he asked, worry flooding his voice. I nodded slowly. He let out a breath, real relief, not forced or rehearsed. A hand settled gently over mine. Warm. Steady. Protective. "You're burning up," he whispered, voice tightening, then louder. "Father, take a look." Footsteps approached. Older. Stronger. Carrying a quiet authority, the room seemed to recognize instantly. "Seraphine," Mio said softly, still close by. "Lord Varoth is here and Oliver." The boy beside me sighed lightly. "You didn't have to tell her that. She already knows it's me." I didn't. But his voice still made something ache softly in my chest. The room shifted slightly. Power, presence, something steadier entered the space. Then a deeper voice spoke, calm, controlled, but not unkind. "Oliver." "What, wait," he said quietly. The boy squeezed my hand gently. "Do you know who I am?" he asked softly. Slowly, I shook my head. Silence filled the room like held breath. "I see," Oliver whispered. His voice softened with regret. "I'm sorry I didn't realize the extent of the damage." He stepped back. The space between us widened, and something in my chest tightened painfully. I could feel the sadness in his silence, an ache that felt like loss, as if something precious had slipped from his grasp. And I didn't understand why that mattered so much to me. Then another voice spoke. Deep, steady, grounded. It carried strength but didn't press it on the room. "Hello, Seraphine," he said gently. "I am Lord Varoth, Lord of these lands." He didn't need to come any closer for me to know exactly where he stood. His presence had weight, not heavy, not cold, but protective, deeply concerned. "Mio tells me you do not remember your name," he continued, carefully gentle, "and your sight is failing. Is that true?" The words settled over the room like a cloak. Slowly, I nodded. "Seraphine," he asked softly, "may I take a look at your eyes?" My fingers tightened in the blanket. I didn't know where to look. I didn't know if I should trust him. but somehow I knew I would find out soon enough. Warm fingers closed around my hand. "I'm right here," Lord Veroth said. "Just look straight ahead." So I did. Lord Veroth leaned closer. I could smell pine on him and something faintly sweet beneath it. Under that, there was the metallic trace of old blood. I felt his hand lift my chin gently as he examined me, his breath quiet and measured. "Thank you," he murmured. He stepped back. "She's paler than before," he said. His voice stayed calm, but I heard anger carefully held in place beneath it. "When did this begin?" "In the last week or two," Mio replied softly. "I've kept records." "Yes," Owen answered, more sharply, just for a moment before his tone settled again. "I would like to read them." Silence lingered after that. Not empty silence, but thoughtful, waited. Then his attention returned fully to me. "Seraphine," he asked gently, "how are you feeling? Where does it hurt?" I hesitated. How was I supposed to talk to him? This man might know more about me than I did. That thought alone made something restless stir inside me. Maybe, if I could speak to him properly, I'd finally understand what had really happened to me. "You're right, little one," Lord Veroth said softly. My heart lurched. "How?" "I do know more than you right now," he continued gently. "And in time, I will tell you everything you need to know. I only hope that one day you will trust me. No one here will harm you." Fear tightened my chest. Can he hear me? The answer came without sound. Not in the room. Inside my mind. Warm, calm, certain. "Seraphine," his voice echoed gently within me. "I'm glad you still possess your gift." My breath caught. "But it seems," his tone softened further, threaded with quiet sorrow, "you have forgotten how to use it." I went completely still. The sound wasn't passing through my ears. It arrived directly inside me, steady and unmistakable, as if my thoughts had opened a door I hadn't known existed. "That is all right," he continued, as calm as stone. "In time you will regain it. Right now you will heal." His pause felt deliberate, like he was studying the shape of me from the inside. "How much do you remember?" I stared straight ahead, my eyes unfocused, my hands still wrapped around the cup. My throat tightened as if it remembered what speaking used to feel like. "What do you want to know?" I answered him carefully, inside my own mind. "I only remember from the moment I woke in the lab. Before that, I don't know who I was." "I understand," he replied, gentle and steady. "Then tell me everything you do remember. Take your time." I closed my eyes and began to think. He wasn't asking what they did to me. I was sure he already knew that. He was asking why. And once the memories started, they didn't want to stop. I told him what I could. Not in perfect order, not clean, just fragments. Cold stone. Metal restraints. The collar biting into my neck as it drained me, pulse by pulse. Needles. Their voices laughing as they talked about my blood, my DNA, how they were trying to copy me. They said they were getting close, that it was thanks to me and to Subject 1, the girl who once wielded the green flame. They had lost her, and they swore they would not make the same mistake again. So they came for my voice. And they never gave it back. Machines reset, procedures restarted. My pain became a cycle, something to measure, something to record. They wanted to see how much agony I could endure, how fast I healed, how useful my suffering could be. For their army. I told him they questioned me about something else too, about being connected to someone near the world's end, how they wanted information, access, a way in. They thought I knew something. They tried to force it out of me. Then someone came for me. As I remembered that part, the air changed. Not from movement, from pressure. Warmth dimmed from the firelight. The room thickened, heavy with something sharp and dangerous. I couldn't see their faces, but I could feel their silence. Tight, wounded, furious in a way that scared me even though none of that anger was meant for me. And suddenly, I started to cry. Quietly at first. Then harder, Helpless, shaking tears that wouldn't stop once they began. My chest hurt with the force of them. My throat burned, as if it still remembered how to scream even if it no longer could. I wrapped my arms around myself as my body trembled, and something inside me finally gave in. My mind went quiet in a strange, fragile way, as if it had decided it was safe to feel again. A footstep sounded. Soft. Careful. So light it almost didn't exist. Someone took one step forward, then stopped. They didn't come any closer. But I felt it. That pull. That strange tension in the air. Like someone desperately wanted to move toward me and was forcing themselves not to. That must be the boy, I thought, the one who had helped me hold the cup. But why did his presence feel like he wanted to come to me? Why did it feel like he was holding himself back? Another set of footsteps approached, gentler, familiar. I had learned the sound of them. Mia. She came close enough that I could feel her presence before her hand ever touched me. Then she wiped my tears with the edge of a cloth, slow, careful, patient, as if she already knew I would shatter if she hurried. It's all right, she whispered softly at my ear. You're safe. But Lord Veroth's voice, still inside my mind, was colder now. Not louder, just quieter in that dangerous way. I see, he said. And somehow, I knew he meant more than the story. He meant the people who thought they could take what belonged to him and live. Thank you, Veroth said aloud. His tone was steady again, warm, controlled, deliberate, as if he was lowering the very air in the room so I could breathe. That will be enough for today, he continued. You did well. I sat very still. My hands were still wrapped around the cup, like letting go of it might make everything fall apart again. Tomorrow, he said gently, they will come for you. They will take you to a woman named Zenara. She will help you. Zenara. Even the name sounded like moonlight reflected on a blade. You will get back what you have lost, Owen added. You will regain your eyesight. Dark elves heal differently than we do, right now. Your body is forcing out everything they put into you, the poisons, the residue, the damage. That is why everything feels wrong. Dark elves. The words struck me like a quiet shock. I lifted one trembling hand and slid it through my hair, feeling softness spill through my fingers like silk. So I'm a dark elf, I thought, the words fragile in my mind. Yes, Owen answered gently. You are, a rare one too. I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know what it made me. Then something warm settled over my hand. Veroth's hand. He placed it there with calm certainty, like someone who had done this before, someone who knew how to anchor a soul back into a body. You will heal, he said softly, and you will rise above this, Seraphine. That name, that person is still you, even if you cannot remember her. His voice softened even more, and something about it tightened my chest. I will not hide things from you, he continued quietly, because I can feel your thoughts turning in circles. My heart stumbled. I am not sure if you will return here, he went on gently, but you need healers who understand your bloodline, your mind and body, better than we can. Once you have healed, if you wish to come back, this place will still be yours. But right now, you must go to her. And yes, Veroth added aloud, as if answering the question I hadn't dared to voice, you are right. My breath caught. He is the one you are thinking about. It felt like my heart tried to leap up and escape my chest. A younger voice cut in, tight and strained with emotion. Father, don't. There was a pause. A heavy one. I'm sorry, my son, Owen replied quietly. But this is kinder. She has been through enough lies. She deserves truth, and so do you. The room fell silent again. I could feel the boy, Oliver, standing there. His presence warm, almost painfully close, and yet impossibly far. Seraphine, Veroth said gently, returning his attention to me, when you are ready, you will know who you are, where you came from, and if there is anything you wish to say to Oliver, you may. He hesitated. Then his voice warmed. I must go now. Mia will stay with you. Rest. I will return after I handle what needs to be handled here. I heard him stand, the faint shift of air, the quiet whisper of clothing, then his footsteps and Mio's leaving together. And once again, I was not in the lab. I was not alone. But I had never felt farther from understanding who I truly was. The room felt larger after they were gone. I lay still, listening, the memory of cold metal trying to crawl back into me. Can he hear me, even now? I wondered. Yes, someone answered inside my mind, distant but clear. My face heated with shock. Then I turned my thoughts toward the other presence still in the room, quiet, holding himself still like he wasn't sure he was allowed to exist near me. Is your name Oliver? I asked inside my mind. Are you the one who came for me? Yes, he answered. My throat tightened. Can you come closer, just for a moment? I heard him move immediately. Soft footsteps, careful. Then a warm hand slid into mine, guiding my fingers so I could feel exactly where he was. He knelt beside me. And without thinking, without permission from fear, I leaned forward and wrapped my arms around him. My whole frame trembled against his chest, shaking like something breaking open. He didn't hesitate. His arms closed around me, firm and protective, one hand gently cupping the back of my head, holding me as if he was afraid I might fall apart if he let go. Thank you, I tried to say inside my mind, emotions swelling too fast. Thank you so much. He only held me tighter. Like he wanted to speak, but the words were trapped somewhere inside him. I closed my eyes and let myself feel it. The warmth, the steadiness, the undeniable reality that I wasn't being held down. I wanted to remember this, because the room they had kept me in was so cold that I began to believe warmth wasn't real, that maybe I had imagined it from a life I no longer deserved. But this eased something inside me. It makes me happy I can help, Oliver said quietly. I blinked. I had forgotten again. He could still hear me. Even now. He shifted carefully, and then I felt myself being lifted. His arms were strong, but gentle. He carried me like I weighed nothing, like I mattered. He laid me back on the bed. I felt him remove my shoes, felt the blanket drawn up around me. How much pain are you in? He asked softly. I hesitated. 50%, I thought. Liar, he said immediately, not unkind, just knowing. I'll tell Mio to bring softer food for you. He moved away for a moment, then returned. He placed something into my hands. A cup. A gentle floral scent rose from it, fresh, calming. I brought you flowers, he said quietly. They're right beside your bed. He hesitated, his voice softer now. You have nightmares, he added. I read your mind a little deeper than I should have. I'm sorry. Shame flickered in his tone. Even if you can't see, he continued gently, their scent will remind you where you are. It will help you know you're safe. I held the cup close, breathing it in. And for the first time since waking up, I felt safe. Safe with someone. The realization startled me. I didn't understand it, and instinctively I tried not to think too deeply about why. It's all right, he said gently, as if sensing the shift in me. I won't read your thoughts anymore. Reach out to me when you want me to. There was a pause. I'd still like to come back, though, he added softly. To see how you're doing, maybe not often, but I'd like to. Something warm settled in my chest at those words. Relief, maybe, or hope. I reached out, my fingers brushing his arm. Yes, he said immediately. I tightened my grip slightly, just to be sure he was really there. Why don't I remember who I am? I asked quietly. Your father said we knew each other. Yes, Oliver answered softly. We did. We even went to the same school. School, I echoed silently. So I had once been normal. Yes, he said gently. You were one of the top students, and you were a very good warrior. Warrior. The word cracked something painful open inside me. How could I be a warrior? I asked, panic rising if I was taken so easily, if I wasn't strong enough to escape. My body began to tremble, shame and fear knotting together. A hand covered mine at once, steady, grounding. "Please," I whispered inside, "tell me how this happened." For a moment, there was only the sound of his breathing. Then he sat gently on the edge of the bed. I heard him set the cup aside, placing it carefully against the bedside table. A soft tap echoed as it settled. Then he took my hand again. "You were betrayed," he said quietly. "By someone you trusted. You were drugged. That's how they took you." "Someone I trusted?" "Yes," he confirmed softly. "Was it someone from here?" I asked carefully. "From this place?" "No," he answered quickly. "My people would never do something like that. It was someone from your home. They've already been captured. They're being punished." There was a pause. "When you're fully healed," he added, "you'll decide what to do. Until then, they wait." I let the words settle. "I see," I thought gently. "Thank you for being honest with me." "Of course." Something else pressed at me, fragile, uncertain. "Oliver," I whispered in my thoughts, "there's one more thing I need to ask." "Yes." I felt him lean a little closer. But the words slipped away. "It's nothing," I said quickly. "Never mind, it's not important." "All right," he replied softly. "You don't have to force it. Just know you're safe here. You're in my village. No one enters without permission." My heart lifted. I'd been so afraid they might come back, to finish what they started, or worse. I reached for him one last time. "Oliver." "Yes." "If I'm safe here, why am I being taken somewhere else?" There was a long pause. "I'm sorry," he said at last. "That's because of me and what I did." "What you did?" "I did something forbidden," he said quietly, "to save you, and now your body is struggling to stay in balance. That's why you need to go to her. She's the only one who can truly help you heal you properly. Bring your soul back into balance." He paused. "So tomorrow they'll come for you," he murmured. "Don't be afraid, you'll be safe, and I'll visit when I can." I listened to the steadiness in his voice. It didn't sound like a promise of duty. It sounded like something he needed me to believe. "I understand," I whispered softly. "I'm not angry, and I know my past self wouldn't be either. I'm thankful." The word felt small. "I don't know how I could ever repay you." He didn't answer right away. The silence wasn't empty. It held breath. Emotion. "You don't repay this," he said at last, voice softer than before. "Not with favors, not with words." He shifted closer. The bed creaked slightly beneath his weight. "There's nothing I want from you," he continued. I swallowed. "The only thing I want," he whispered, his voice rough at the edges, "is to see you well. That's it. That's enough." The blanket rustled. He drew it gently higher, tucking it around me like he could shield me from everything in the world. "Rest now," he murmured. Friends, I thought. Is that truly all we were? Why would someone go this far, just for a friend? He answered with such careful softness, it felt like my thoughts were etched into the air. "Because when we were little," he said quietly, "you were my first real friend." My chest tightened. "You were the first person I could be myself around," he continued. "Not Lord Veroth's son, not a name people bowed to, just Oliver." I felt his hand rest near mine on the blanket, not touching, close enough that warmth seeped in. "With you," he whispered, "I didn't have to pretend. You never looked at me like a title or as a way to reach my father." His breath caught. "And you know too much about me," he added gently, a fragile smile in his tone. "I can't let someone like that go easily." "But I don't remember," I whispered. "I know," he said immediately, "and that's all right." There was a pause. Then his voice softened into something dangerously tender. "But I remember enough for both of us." Something stung behind my eyes. I didn't know him the way he knew me. Yet somehow it still hurt. "You'll get it back," he said firmly, "in time." "And if I do?" A soft exhale. "Then I suppose," he said gently. You'll just have to get to know me again. I'll have the advantage. There was the ghost of humor in his tone. I already know what you like, he continued. What makes you laugh, what foods you hate, the face you make when you're thinking too hard. His voice dropped lower. Even now, talking to you feels the same. Warmth spread softly through my chest. So I had been real once. Not just a body. Not just something to be used. Thank you, I whispered. Talking like this, it's new for me. I know, he said quietly. And I know you aren't the same, not after what they did. He leaned closer, not crowding, just enough to warm the air around me. So if your memories never come back, he said, I'll learn the new you. Don't chase someone you don't remember because you feel like you should. Be who you are now. That's enough. His voice softened. You're enough. The words struck something deep in me. Thank you, I breathed. Again. Rest, he whispered. I'll stay until you fall asleep, if you'd like. I nodded faintly and closed my eyes. For a while, he didn't move. I could feel him there beside me, steady and quiet. I could hear his breathing, slow and controlled. Eventually, he stood. His footsteps moved toward the window. Something inside me pulled sharply. Fear and longing knotted together, terrified that once he left, the cold would return and I would become that empty doll again. But he didn't go far. He remained, watching over the room, guarding the night. Somehow, knowing that loosened something tight inside my chest. Oliver, I whispered in my thoughts, clinging to the name so I wouldn't lose it. Thank you for your kindness. And for the first time since I woke. Sleep came softly. Thank you so much for watching the tale of Seraphine from the world of Atlas, Book 1 of the Starlight Requiem saga. Your support means everything to me. I'll be uploading new videos every other Wednesday, and as this channel grows, my dream is to release new stories every Wednesday. To help make that happen, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so more story lovers can find this world too. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think of Seraphine's journey so far? What moments spoke to you the most? If you'd like behind-the-scenes magic, sneak peeks, and extra lore, come join me on Facebook as well. You're officially invited into the constellation. You'll find the link in the description below. Thank you for walking this journey beside me. Until the next video, Northern Stars.